people sometimes ask about knitting a pattern that's not available in Chief, and they gave us texture to pattern tool version ago or two. So I thought I might try to use that to create a pattern. So what I've done, there was a thread tonight about offset pattern, something similar to this, I think. So all I did was just draw some CAD lines. And these happen to be 3 inches tall and 12 inches wide. And so I go to my screen capture tool and I do a screen capture. And you know, you just have to do your best. I didn't over in this I didn't pay any attention to these ends. You know, if I was trying to do this correctly, I would try to make this a tileable pattern or texture. But I just did it quick and kind of sloppy, and then used my screen capture tool to try to make it tileable. This is just a test, so I'm not real worried about the perfectness of it. And so I saved this as a PNG file. A JPEG I'm sure would work too. I made a material. Let's see if I can made a material. So there's the material, the texture. And the texture, I put a bump map on it, and that makes it look a little more realistic. Although it's, you know, this would look okay for, you know, like a white subway tile for a backsplash probably. And you could give this color too. And then I had to scale it correctly. So I had 26 rows at 3 inches tall, so I multiplied that and got 78. Let the program figure out the X with the retain aspect ratio. I went over to pattern, click pattern from texture. I just took the defaults, say OK. Say OK. And so in vector view, the only thing that I thought was strange is it comes up, it makes a brick pattern out of it. It puts grout lines in here, which I thought I wasn't expecting. So that may be something that you don't want. But there's your pattern. And of course I changed it a little bit. I changed the line color. I made it light gray instead of black, which is what it comes in as. But that tile's pretty good. I don't see any real issues with the tiling. Pretty good for just a quick test. So that might be something that you could look at doing, is when you need a special pattern. And sometimes when you have a texture, it's hard to get if it's not a good clean texture, sometimes it's hard to get a pattern out of the texture. Sometimes it doesn't work as clean as this does. So it might be worth bringing that into the program and just drawing some CAD lines over it where you want the pattern, and doing it that way. Anyway, just a thought.